What's up? How y'all doing? Once again, we on episode 2 with Opinion Hated. I am Ray, man. This is my co-host.
They call me Big Low. What's
There
up, y'all?
it is. We got a special guest for y'all tonight, man. We want to let him introduce himself.
They call me Stink, man.
Stink. Oh man, they might want to know why they call you Stink. You hear me?
First question.
But we ain't gonna get into all that right now. We got some other things we want to jump into today. Not everybody has been to the joint, or not everybody has been in this place right here. This is the visiting room inside the joint. Mm-hmm. This little spot back here, that's where we used to take our pictures at. You know what I mean? People had to come and load up the machines full of high-priced, overpriced food and drinks, you know what I mean? So we could be able to eat and drink with our people while we up in there. You know, we're just trying to bring everything to the light, man, so we can see all our people stay away from the places that we know they don't need to be. You did, straight up. But tell me something, Stink. I would really like to know. Tell them about, tell them what you went to jail for, you know what I mean, how many years you did.
I went to jail for murder, assault, drugs. I got sentenced to 25 years, but I won my appeal. Got my sentence reduction down to 15 years. I did 14 years on that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, boy. But niggas don't understand what it's like when you're doing one of the decade behind the bars. You hear me?
Decade.
Man, that shit change your life, I'm telling you. It's real out here. Now, let me ask you this, though. Before you went to the joint, you know what I mean, when you was running around the streets or when you was into whatever you was into, right, did you ever feel like that would be a spot that would put an impact on your life the way it did?
Most definitely not.
Straight up.
Most definitely not. Yeah, I ain't the jail type of nigga, man.
Man.
So jail was the last thing on my mind.
Man, I can understand that. I can understand
thinking about today, man. You better be barely thinking about tomorrow when
right,
you're doing that lifestyle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's all about today, getting through the day.
Yeah, I can understand that. That make a whole lot of sense. So you said you didn't think jail was a part of the equation. So when the people came and they was like, nigga, we got you. what you gonna do?
Yeah, I thought
how shit switch up for you?
Man, I thought it was like any other case. I had just beat a murder like a month before that.
Yeah.
On self-defense. So I'm like, this ain't nothing. This gonna be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat y'all again.
Yeah.
Then they start bringing out. They ain't even have no evidence. They start naming names. Oh, he gonna testify against. Oh, he gonna testify against you. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
my lawyer gonna eat that up. Y'all just got people.
Yeah.
And them niggas start hitting that stand. I said, my God.
Sooner or later, we gonna start exposing you niggas, man.
Definitely.
Sooner or later, man, the source is gonna start exposing you dudes, man.
All darkness comes to light.
Well, listen, I ain't gonna say we're gonna do it today, but we gonna let this thing ride a little bit. But sooner or later, y'all gonna know, man. We finna start setting it out there, man. Straight up, man. That's what it is.
Damn, bro.
Most definitely. It's always the niggas next to you too, man. For years.
Promise.
For years, man.
I promise. I know about it.
Yeah.
I know about it.
So when you heard that gavel slam, I know that probably was like the loudest slam. It just echoed. And what was your mindset when that happened?
For real, I was like in a state of shock because I had 25 on every count. Mm-hmm. Every count, and I had like 6 counts. I kept hearing 25, 25, 25. So me being illiterate to the law, he said concurrent. I'm still thinking I got all these years.
Yeah.
Then my lawyer took me in the back, like he was like, nah, it's 25. Everything ran together. I'm like, that. I'm not even 25 yet.
Yeah.
What? That's still a long time. Yeah. So shit, it was a shock, man. It was a shock. It woke my ass up like a motherfucker, man.
Now, see, for y'all that don't know, when you are a felon convicted of a crime or multiple crimes, they have an option to either run your time say they might give you a count of murder and give you another count of drug possession, another count of vandalizing or some shit. I don't know. But then you got 3 counts. They can say your counts are gonna run concurrent, which means if they give you 25 on one, 25 on another, 25 on the third, that means all your 25s are running at the same time. Now they could do some stuff where they get ornery. They do get ornery like that, where they be like, well, yours is gonna be consecutive. So that means for count A, you got 25 years. When you get done doing whatever you got to do on that 25 years, then your time starts for that second count. Yeah. So that means you have a possibility of doing up to 75 years for real,
Definitely.
Man, dudes better get your game up, baby, because they ain't playing when they get in the courtrooms. You
don't want to be in there. It ain't called Just Us.
right. Straight up. Now, when you went down, though, I know it had to be a lot of people that kind of like was devastated or hurt or impacted by it.
Yeah, I had a hell of a support system, but, you know, due to my circumstances, my circumstances was fucked up. A lot of my family kind of like divided.
Yeah,
you know, they was going against each other, and that shit was fucked up, and I didn't want to, me being me, I didn't want to put them in that predicament. I'm like, man, y'all, I got to do this time. I knew what I was doing when I was out there, but I'm going to do this time. Y'all chill out. Y'all ain't got to be going against each other. They ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
Yeah.
You have any kids?
Yeah.
At the time,
I had 2 daughters, man.
How old was it?
My oldest was 2.
Okay.
My youngest wasn't even born yet.
So when you came home, how old was it?
She was 13.
13.
Yeah.
The youngest
My
that
youngest
was born.
Was 13. Yeah.
And the older one was what? 15.
Was 15. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Did they ever come up to the jail to visit you? You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing I got some good baby mamas, man. They never deny me of seeing my kids.
Say that one more time. You don't hear that. That's a what?
Yeah, I got some good baby mamas, man. They never deny me.
God bless
that,
all
man.
the good baby mamas. Salute y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Baby mamas, the good wives, the good women in our lives. You hear me?
Baby mama drama. You know what I'm saying?
It be a lot of that.
Play with your kids.
I just seen niggas damn near kill themselves because they couldn't see their kids. And them women play the dirty game, man.
Most definitely. Dudes do kind of go through some
they
things
go
when they
through
ain't
it,
able to
man.
deal with their kids in there. Right. Yeah. So now the impact that it had on the kids, do you feel like they missed out on some really with you not being in their lives?
Yeah,
or
they messed out on a lot, man.
You know what I mean? Do you feel like their situation could have been better if you was there?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, them girls need their daddies, boy.
Yeah, girls need their
They
daddies.
need their daddies, man.
Girls need their daddies, man. You so right. A nigga can do. I mean, I feel like a nigga can do some time and have a son and still be able to, you know, kind of get in his ear a little bit and get him going in the right direction. But when you got them girls, man, they need daddy love. Really, straight up.
They see how a woman supposed to be treated, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, now I want to ask you this. Like, where's the first place they sent you when you went to the joint?
The joint? Crossroads.
You went to Crossroads?
After diagnostic, straight to Crossroads.
Straight to Crossroads. Man. Now, hold on. Before we get to that, what about the county, though? What's up with the county? How long are you doing the county?
2 years in the county.
2 years in the
2 years
county.
in the county.
I don't know if y'all know this,
Man.
but it's dudes that go to the county and end up snatching out on time just so they don't have to sit in the county no more, because the county is horrible. It is worse. I'm talking about it is not where you want to be.
Most definitely
You
not.
did so. You did 2 years in the
2 years
county
in that motherfucker, man, fighting, and still got slammed.
and still got slammed. That's why I caught back up with you.
Yeah.
Straight up, we followed each other the whole trip.
The whole
bro.
ride.
The whole ride. We went to the same place every step of the way. You hear me?
Man.
Hey, but sitting in that county though, boy, I'm telling you though, it was a motherfucker ride.
Motherfucker.
Hey.
I used to see niggas come back to the county on writs from the pen.
Yeah.
I used to hear him say, man, get me back, get my shit over in court and get me back to the pen. I used to always wonder, like, why does this nigga want to go back to the joint
I
so
used
bad?
to wonder that,
What
like,
the
why
fuck?
what this nigga talking about? He just want to go back to the joint.
Yeah.
Nigga, what you mean? What the fuck
Hey.
you talking about?
Motherfucking county ain't
That
shit.
county ain't no.
But
you
see,
can't
Mike
move
Epps
around.
kind of said it too. He was like, "Nigga, I don't give a fuck about jail, nigga. Just get my motherfucking commissary, nigga." But he had to been talking about the joint. He couldn't have been talking about the county. You hear me?
County
Straight
is
up, the
fucked
county
up.
is not where you want to be when it comes time to do some time. You hear me? And they sends niggas to county time.
Yeah.
They sends niggas to county time. Where you don't get to look at no state. Well, I don't know how it is now, but back then we had what, like 5, 6 stations.
Yeah.
You got 4, 5, 9, 41, 29, and 62. And if you get the right nigga to kick his leg up and hold the antenna, you might get 38. You hear me?
Yeah, most
Straight
definitely.
up.
Might get that motherfucker.
You might get 38, man.
Might. Just might.
But you know that's where you see a lot of dudes start clicking up in the county,
Yeah,
though, huh?
yeah.
That's where dudes start clicking up with other areas. and
Niggas that was shooting at each other on
They
the streets,
clicking
they
up.
in the same pod now.
They clicking
Yeah.
Stick together.
You
For
know,
one, it ain't no guns in there.
it ain't no guns,
They gotta you can
Right.
if they can't fight, they go click up.
Right about that.
And they go jump the shit out of you.
and that's what they do. They
That's where
definitely
the
would
soft
do.
niggas.
That's
do.
yeah.
Them in the big group.
That's when they
They
get
gonna
their
be
heart
in their
from.
groups. They
Then when they
definitely
get to the
gonna be in
pen, it ain't none of that. You gotta fight with these wolves now.
Oh, it changed,
Change
boy.
up.
You don't know how much it changed.
So speaking of that, when you first got to the pen, what was like the first thing that made your mom be like, "What? These motherfuckers got me in hell."
See, it was crazy. It's like my homies knew I was coming, so they was waiting on
Okay.
me on the yard.
Okay.
They get me to the yard. I put my shit out. I come back out. So they walking me around the yard. They just start pointing. Oh, it's a night bear you here. It's a night bear
You
you
know
here.
all the
I'm
stats,
like,
right?
man, what the fuck y'all need knives for?
Straight up.
Like, man, it could pop off. But on the yard, you could feel the tension. It's the whites over here, the Mexicans over here, different hoods and niggas over here.
Definitely how it is.
And everybody got knives. Ridiculous shit this
Ridiculous
long.
shit.
Yeah, so you gotta be like, oh man, I gotta get me one too. I ain't gonna be able to own one without no weapons.
You
so.
just don't feel comfortable.
You don't
if
feel
yeah,
comfortable.
if you ain't got one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And niggas with it's niggas up there that got 99 years, 500 years.
Never
so
gonna
they
go
ain't gonna fight you. You can't
ain't
get no
never
more
gonna
time. They gonna try to gut you on that motherfucker. Yeah.
You know, they ain't never going home.
Yeah.
Now, where did they bring you when you said Crossroads, right? That's where they first brought you to.
First spot.
Where did they bring you in like they brought me in?
Through one house.
Oh, my
Through
God.
Nutty buddies. Yeah.
They bring you through the motherfucking the edge of hell for real. You hear me? And you seeing all this shit upon your your arrival, and you be like, where in the fuck am I at?
That's where
Y'all finna put me in
So
this
that
shit?
probably was the moment when you was
Yeah,
like, what
that's
the
where they
fuck?
put the motherfuckers that's crazy, motherfuckers that killed motherfuckers,
Yeah.
everything.
Never come home.
Motherfuckers that's never going home and they killed again on the yard. They
Yeah.
put them in there. They just
Yeah.
keep them in that motherfucker.
And that's the first place they
Yeah, that's the
walk.
first place they
First
walk
place.
you through.
That's the first place they walk you through, nigga.
Right.
You got to listen to these crazy motherfuckers in here doing their thing.
Wonder how many
The
people
COs
piss
funk.
walking down that hallway.
Man.
You know, the COs talk so much shit in that
Yeah, they
motherfucker.
talk reckless, man.
You know what I mean? They a lot of dudes that do be over there though in one house. That's the long term hold. For those that don't know, long term hold means you doing a year or better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the COs over there, they treat a motherfucker so much different type of way because they know that half the dudes or majority of the dudes that are in here probably will never go home.
Right.
So they feel like they got the comfort of their badge and the rest of their team to keep them safe.
Yeah.
Not knowing if you catch them at that Walmart,
Selling the bell
it's
peppers.
going down. I guarantee it. You hear me? I wish I had a camera that day when I seen that bitch off
It's
up
a
in that
whole different
motherfucker.
type of. How you
Yeah.
doing, sir?
Yeah.
Nigga, you was tough when I was in that motherfucker.
It wasn't even know how you doing,
Man,
sir.
what that is right there is the perfect case. Be careful what you put out. 'Cause
Right.
It's definitely gonna come
Yeah.
back. You
Gonna
don't
come
know
back.
where, when, how it's gonna come.
Man,
Definitely
That's
gonna
crazy.
come back.
that's one of them things, man. They say, man, appreciate your moments, man, and stay humble, man, because the future could change your life. Now when you say your people was waiting on you, so you already had dudes already in the joint that, so
Yeah, I
you
had-
really kind of fell into a crowd that kind of could put you in a good position when
Right,
you get
right.
there.
I had family.
Yeah.
Niggas that was niggas in the pen that I grew up with and they just disappeared. I never knew where the fuck they went. I get to the pen like, damn, you been here this whole time I wanted. Like, yeah, I caught a case fresh out 14, 15, and went to juvenile, got certified, came straight to the I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
sure, right.
for the kids and the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a tendency to do that, man. And, you know, they don't show our people a lot of love when it comes to that, man. They, you know, the quicker they can get them young 14, 15, 16-year-olds out the streets, man, and hit them with a certification, now they part of the system, man. And they only thing they want to do is just make sure that they continue to feed their motherfucking system, their prisons. Fill them up. That's what they looking for. You know,
Slavery, man.
Yeah, that's what they on, man. You know, see, that's crazy, right? And see, we could go anywhere in the city,
Right.
and we'll probably like, you know, we can go to the outskirts or something, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, and we can go different places and not know nobody in there. But it seems like when you go to the joint, you always running into people that you know, or used to know, or used to be cool with, or some type of thing.
And that's good and bad at the same time.
It's good and bad at the
Right.
same time.
Good and bad at the same time, man.
You know, because I fell into the same way with it. So, you know, I get to Crossroads and I'm going through doing my thing, and, you know, but my partner, this is who we grew up with.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's sending people on the yard telling me to come this place at this time and do this. So you got to understand, I'm spooked to death. You hear me?
Right.
So what he do is pulling up, it's like, you man. Nigga, what's up?
Right.
You hear me? What's up? Nigga, yeah, what you want to do? What's going on? No, bro. Look, bro sent the message. You know what I mean? It happened a few times like that. But that's a good thing, though, because then you get to learn the ropes without having to go through bullshit to you know, get an understanding of where you at and what you're supposed to do while you here.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a
That's
good
what make it
thing.
good.
That's the only thing to make it good. Only thing to make it good. Other than that, it's like, damn, why we gotta visit the homeboys right back
like
in the
this,
joint?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's KB. What's up, KB? Organ Man? All right. Shit. Now, when you was there, did you ever, you said you came through one house, the long-term hole.
Right.
Did you ever do any time in the hole at all?
Yeah. First time getting a write-up. First time everything. I did a year in the hole, man. They
Hold
gave
up,
me
a year?
12 months.
Straight.
No warning, no nothing.
What you try to assault the counselor?
Man, conspiracy to
the
introduce,
CO?
man.
Just conspiracy.
Conspiracy to introduce. Man.
so
Another motherfucker said my name over the phone while he was talking about dope and shit. So they booked me.
And
This
took
was
you
your
down.
First time getting in
Your
trouble.
first
man.
year in the hole. Man.
12 months, man.
So they put you over there with the crazy people.
Nah, they put me in two houses. They didn't put me in one house. They put me in two houses because they had me under investigation for 4 months.
Oh, yeah.
So people that don't know, one house is where the
One house is long
This was at
term.
Crossroads.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
One house is long term, with a year or more you going over there. Two houses like a year or less.
Okay.
Yeah.
Investigations, fights, and,
yeah.
you know, just a little crazy shit the motherfuckers get locked up for every day.
Man.
So you said you sat down there not knowing the outcome.
Not knowing they just had me sitting for 4 months. Then I go see the people. You got a year. I'm like, what? A year?
Now let me ask you this: did they count the time that you was
Yeah,
already
they counted
in there?
the time. They counted the
okay.
4
So they don't
months.
have to count that 4 months. They can make you start from
they
scratch.
don't have to.
Yeah,
That's
they
a
don't
dirty,
have to
rotten
do
shit.
shit,
So
man.
they just up there playing like the game of life with people's
Yeah.
lives.
We
up
like
there,
you.
Roll the dice.
We like you,
We gonna
but
put them
fuck
in
you.
there. You know what I'm
Hear me?
saying? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's how it go. Now, ooh, I really want to know though what how that whole time kind of did you right.
Yeah.
But speaking of the whole time, we're gonna jump into this video real quick. Jump into this video and see what's going on with this video. You got me loaded, peeps?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
All right.
What do you do past counting all the bricks in the wall? I done read every story that's been on the walls. I done looked at every crack. I stare at the paint so much I can see the paint strokes in it. I'm so bored in my bed that I just sit there and squeeze my body besides all the inanimated fantasies of murdering the CO who's at my door every day harassing me.
This is 5 Mualim Ak. He served 12 years in prison before getting out in 2012.
5 of those in total were spent in solitary confinement, which is used in prisons across the country as a form of punishment and as a means of keeping dangerous inmates away from the general population. 5 writes about his experience in solitary in a new book called Hell is a Very Small Place, which is composed of essays by people who have been in solitary or are still in solitary now. For most of us, spending 23 hours a day in a room by ourselves is unimaginable. For people like 5 and his friend Terrence Slater, who was released from a prison in upstate New York just a few months ago after spending more than a year in solitary, it's a memory that never really goes away.
If you sit in your cell and you worried about the time, you're gonna lose your mind in there. Because then you start thinking about what this person's doing. How's your family? How's your daughter? And you can't help but think about it. But you try to limit the amount of time that you focus on that by doing all these different things, puzzles, all type of stuff in there. Get soap, start making figurines out of the soap. You don't know what it's like to be in that cell. You don't know what it's like to hear people screaming, mad. This isn't something that we could easily just take a pill and erase. Often, I have dreams of officers coming in my cell.
2 major things happen in solitary. 1, sensory deprivation, right? Where you have no sound, where you have sight, where you have limited abilities to run and articulate your brain. There's also another thing, which is human validation, which plays a big part. Imagine being in your cell and the only person who can give you toilet tissue, bread, water, food, medical services, everything that you need down to a shower. Imagine those services and those things done by somebody who's trained to ignore you.
Does it feel different a year in than it felt at the beginning?
Totally.
Does it feel...
Your body's deteriorated, your facial hair annoys you, you don't know what your face looks like. You get so tired of talking to yourself, you start talking in your head. Solitary is strategically set up so that human beings trapped in cages next to other human beings can't have a system of communication.
Absolutely.
Every cell is not diagonally across from each other, it's on an angle. In order for you to kind of hear a person clearly, you go to the corner of the door. So now I could talk to you from my corner of the door across to your corner of your door.
You're talking about like literally
the edge of the door. Like I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? Because I got to say
So
it
that
twice.
your voice can travel.
So my voice can travel. I say it twice, right? But it becomes a part of. Sad to say, it's like a part of my. I still say things twice, even when I'm talking. I reconfirm it with another way of saying it articulately. It grows on you. People say, you know, oh, you're a survivor. Like, no, nobody survives solitary.
After completing one of his bids in the box, Terrence was given a job in the prison mess hall, where he was responsible for preparing meals that would be sent down to people in solitary.
It's Friday, macaroni and cheese and fish day. I'm feeding the brothers that's in the box. Civilian came and said, Slater, you're gonna have to level those scoops. I said, listen, I'm not gonna do that. I just finished doing a lot of time in the box. You're not gonna force me to starve these brothers. So naturally, not to get other additional trouble, I went and scooped the macaroni and cheese in there without leveling the scoop. They gave me a tier 2 for that.
That meant more time in isolation. 5 and Terrence told me story after story like this, describing the vicious cycle that kept pushing their release dates from solitary further and further back.
First time I did 90 days, but I ended up getting an additional 90 days because I came there, I didn't have any magazines, and we got a technique called fishing. So I shoot a pair of cards out from under my door with a line attached to it to connect with my other man who got the same contraption, get a magazine from him. The magazine gets caught on the door, the officer came, seen it, I get another 90 days.
What was it like just seeing another person after being in the box for 15 months?
Being in extreme isolation for so long, I was scared of crowds. Because I couldn't take with people bumping me and stuff. I couldn't take that, I couldn't accept it. Because I'm so used to having my space and owning my space.
The argument you'll hear from correctional officers and prison wardens is that solitary confinement is a necessary evil, an indispensable tool that guards rely on when dealing with inmates who would otherwise have no incentive to follow rules. But even if you're willing to accept that there's no alternative, it's become clear that prisons are relying on solitary way too much and subjecting people to it too readily. Solitary is arguably the most extreme form of punishment our justice system metes out, and it makes little sense that prison guards can decide more or less unilaterally when it's appropriate. How do you maintain a sense of who you are?
You don't. You live off of your memories because you have nothing else to accumulate to move forward. And then you end up having this short-term memory disorder, which is a part of the consequences of being in solitary, where you can't keep one train of thought for too long. And then you're dropped off in 42nd Street, Times Square, the biggest tourist spot in the world, with 20 million computers. It's a sensory overload.
How did it affect you? I mean, this just happened to you. Like, you got off that bus in Port Authority.
I felt something I haven't felt in years. I felt fear. Because I'm out here. I'm seeing how this is moving. People are walking dangerously close to me. I'm not used to that. I'm used to being in my cell by myself. People are walking next to me, brushing me, hitting me. And I'm just reacting like, what's going on?
In 2015, 5 started the Incarcerated Nation. an organization that focuses in part on providing newly released prisoners support as they transition back into society after experiencing solitary. When Terrence came home last October, he joined the organization, and with Five's help, he's finding his feet. What motivates him, Terrence says, is working with the Incarcerated Nation Corporation to help others who, like him, are still suffering from the effects of solitary.
I'm beginning to realize that I'm bad off, but I can't utilize that as a crutch for me not to do what's necessary. You see what I'm saying? I have to put all these things that can trip me up on the back burner because I have to do what's absolutely necessary for brothers that's coming out just like me, so that they don't have to feel fear when they come into the train station. They can see somebody like me standing with a sign with their name saying, look, bro, you're welcome here.
What do you do?
It is real, you hear me? So now that we got a little insight on what it is that some of the dudes go through dealing with their mental health issues, coming out of a situation like that where it's meant to, you know, the whole place is supposedly meant to rehabilitate you or to correct your bad actions in life. But in reality, it could be setting up your downfall. Now, tell them what you just told me about about what prison is, and you know what I mean, how much percentage and stuff.
Oh yeah. Penitentiary, man. It's like 99% mental and 1% physical. Cause you ain't gotta learn you ain't gotta know how to fight. All you gotta do is fight, and you will get your respect. As long as they see you fight, they ain't gonna fuck with you. But if you can outthink that person, you ain't gotta never fight.
See what I'm saying? And motherfucker don't understand that, man. Like what they saying, man, is hella deep, man. Cause it's like if you can maintain your wholesomeness of yourself while you in the depths of Lord knows what hell this is. You hear me? Right. You know what I mean? And still be able to come out of that and you still fighting and ticking and pushing and moving and really trying to find yourself in a successful situation. You done overcame some shit in life.
You got a story to tell.
You got a story to tell. You know what I mean? You have an opinion about the world. Your opinion might be hated, but it's yours, so fuck them all.
Right.
You hear me?
Most definitely.
Yeah, man.
So when you came home, what was the hardest thing for you to get back into the swing of adjusting things? As far because you did all that time and
I'm still
people
adjusting.
changed, technology changed, the city
Everything
definitely
changed.
So,
I'm still adjusting. These little dudes is weird, man.
How long you been out?
I've been out 16 months.
16 months.
Yeah.
so you had to use that mental game
Got-
all over again.
Yeah. And I still be, these dudes, man, they don't want to get no money.
Oh,
All they want to do is get high and kill.
Yeah.
You be looking at these little dudes like, man, what the heck? What's your motivation? You ain't got no type of motivation. You don't want to do nothing. The fuck? You ain't got no money in your pocket. You don't want to go get no money?
Now that's when you do break them off a little something of what you got though. Sometimes don't you like?
I
Them
break 'em
niggas
off.
need some game.
They
man.
need, yeah, I about to say,
You know
I'm
what
breaking
I'm
them
saying?
off some wisdom.
Yeah,
Listen,
them niggas
man.
need some game, man.
Whether they gonna take it, it's up to
Yeah,
them.
it's up to them. You can only feed it. You can only feed them so much. Here, take this. If you don't do nothing with it, that's on you.
That's on you, man. You know what I mean? That's one of the things though. You know, I've been home 2 years because I left right before you did.
Right.
And the adjustment is real.
It's real, man.
You know what I mean? I fight depression sometimes, so
Right.
I know how the mental health issues can be.
It's real,
You
man.
know, have a person sitting in a motherfucking cave, cuddled up with nigga nothing but yourself. You hear me? Mind on
Man, we as
darkness.
We
You hear
as
me?
humans, we as humans are supposed to have human contact.
Yeah,
Whether people want to
yeah.
fight it or not.
Yeah.
We're not meant to be alone like that. Because, you know, when you're alone in your thoughts, that's when them bad things
That's
start
when
creeping
demons
up.
come, yeah.
on in
Start
your
coming
thoughts.
It ain't good to be, we as humans ain't supposed to be alone like that. So, you know, they know what they doing putting us in there. They really ain't nothing about no reform.
You right.
Ain't about no reform at all.
Do you feel like you doing that time in the hole like that? Do you feel like it might have affected you in a negative type of way?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. So you was having the issues with the crowds and all that.
Most
type
definitely.
Stuff too.
Still do.
Still
Still do. I do not like being around a certain crowd of people for too long. If anybody tell you, if they see me out, I'm sitting in the back corners, chilling by myself.
Yeah.
If I'm not surrounded by my homeboys that I came with,
Yeah.
Everybody say I'm always looking like I'm worried about something. I'm always looking around. Jail will fuck you up, man.
You just
It'll
don't even
fuck
know.
you up, man.
Hey,
Going on the outside, you don't know.
hey, because that's one of the things you do in that motherfucker. You see, it's so much going on.
So much going. You don't know
At
where to
one
focus
time,
in.
you don't try to just focus in on something, but you got to be aware of.
Yeah.
Know, you keep your head on the swivel. You know what I mean? So now that I'm home and I'm keeping my head on the swivel, they like, bro, you ain't gotta be
Right.
on all that. Man, listen, man. I don't care if we at the barbecue, at the people's house, your family house, or we out here at this bowling alley, or we at the club, wherever we at. Head on the swivel.
Yeah,
Head on
don't
the
let
swivel.
nobody tell you ain't gotta keep your head.
Right,
on the
yeah.
swivel. I still keep your
Yeah,
head. On.
most
Gotta
definitely.
keep your head on the swivel.
Everybody is suspect.
Yeah.
So much weird shit going on in the world. You
It's a
gotta
lot
be
of
aware of
weird
your
shit,
surroundings.
man.
What's going on? Then
So
got caught
much
up in the middle and you don't even know what's happening.
You got caught up in the middle of
And
the
these
sun.
dudes these days, they be so just for people that just get out the pen and start doing better than people that's been out here they whole life. They start looking at you a certain type of way. You be like, man, why you ain't congratulating me, man?
There
Hey,
it
you been
is.
out here all this time and I can help you now.
There it is.
What type of time you on, my nigga?
There it is.
Green
That's
eyed monster.
crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I'm talking about, I done seen it so many times. Like, for real, it's a lot of dudes that we was gelling with that came out here and nigga said, fuck all you niggas sitting out here ain't doing nothing.
Right,
Nigga,
yeah.
Niggas is making some moves, man, and really adjusting themselves to this thing called life, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck people was doing when we was gone, but it seemed like a lot of people was just sitting around on their thumbs. You hear me?
Sitting around doing drugs
Letting
at
they
the
woman
same
take care of
spot.
Now that's what it was. Letting a woman take care of them and they doing drugs,
doing
and
drugs.
trying to find their next gun to shoot a nigga with.
Man.
Man, fuck
We
that shit.
ain't
man.
talking about weed. No, we talking
No
about
motherfucking
strips.
weed.
The codeine, anything with a pill form. I don't know where these pill poppers come from. It ain't a thizzle.
I mean, you know, that's the day and age we're living in. If you listen to the music, pay attention to the music,
Yeah.
man. They
Influence.
glorifying it, man, through the music, man. And that was one of the things we was talking about on the first show where we was like, you know, it come to the light that that's what music was. I guess like the overseers of the music, they set this plan into action like 25 years ago or something like that. And if we look at it now, we starting to see it all come to fruition. Yeah, because like they trying to get to fill up these prisons.
Right.
And if the music industry people are the heads of the music industry people are investors in the prisons, they need to fill them up. So in order to influence the youth, then they need to get, you know, everybody that they sign, and they need to go ahead and make them talk about this, talk about that. Hit them with the drill music, hit them with the dope music, let them kill each other up through the music. Boom, boom, boom.
What they used to tell your music ain't gangster enough.
Man, the little dude, I don't know if I told you, I ain't tell that
Gangsta.
story last time. Oh,
Gangsta
man,
ain't
listen,
music,
man.
The movie ain't,
Yeah,
music ain't gangster
you
enough.
know I fuck with the music a little bit. You know what I mean? I had fun with it. I was doing this shit, nigga, before I went to the joint. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of dudes just, I don't know who they are now. It's just, I'm joining the politics. But a little dude was 7 years old, and he told me, I said, well, yeah, you like that music? What's up? You listen to my music? Yeah, I heard your music. I said, well, what's up? You ain't like it? Your music trash. I said, damn, why is it trash?
7-year-old?
Man, he's 7. He
crazy.
said it's trash, right? So I said, why is it trash, man? You know, tell me what I can do to make it better for you. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be something you like. He said, you know what he told me? He said it's not violent enough.
That's crazy.
At 7.
That's savage.
It's not violent enough. I said, do you want me to influence the culture in a negative type of manner?
Right, most definitely.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to abide to that. Yeah, no.
So what you kind of doing now to just kind of make sure if the people you can influence don't go down that same route you did?
There it is.
I'm Actually, today I had this little meeting, man. I went back into this is for the people that's getting out. I had a meeting,
Big ups to what's the CC?
KCRC.
Oh, you talking about connections to success?
Connections to Success.
Yeah,
Big ups
connections
to
to success, man. It's a bunch of different groups out here that's like, you know,
that's
trying to
really
help
pushing,
niggas that's
man.
coming home. All felons that's coming home, whether they coming home from the state or the feds, you know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of different organizations that's trying to help the cause, man. But you working with who? Which one?
Conflicts of resolution.
Conflict resolution.
Yeah, we had a little thing today. I went back to the place I got out from and seeing the looks on MCO's face. It was priceless, man.
I know
It was priceless. It was beautiful.
I'm going down there with you.
Yeah, you come next time, man. It's beautiful. You know, just letting people know, man. It ain't all that bad out here. You can do the right thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you definitely
Do
can.
the right thing. You ain't gotta start robbing the back again. You ain't gotta.
No.
You can do the right thing, man. I got my CDLs and I ain't look back.
There you go.
I ain't look
I
back.
know that's right. See, that's one of the things dudes ain't. They sleep, man. You can get your CDLs, man. You can get all type of certifications, man. If you want to be a 9-to-5 worker, man, they got good paying jobs working 9 to 5. You did. Yeah. You also can get some trades and skills and put in your belts. Get up in some unions.
Learn
you
how
know
to
what I
do
mean?
something.
Learn how to do something, man. Once you learn how to do something and make yourself a pillar of the environment, you know what you, man. I'm telling you, man, it ain't got to just always be about that other shit, man. Turn your life around. Do something different with yourself. Before you be sitting up here eating motherfucking jalapeno burgers. You know what I'm saying? Drinking motherfucking $4-5 motherfucking
And the CEO
drinks
telling
and
you
shit.
too close to your girl.
Yeah, don't
How you
touch
gonna
your
tell
girl.
me you can't? How you gonna tell me I can't touch my girl like this? This is my
you
girl.
too close.
What?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
ain't
crazy.
got no woman at home.
And they could take you to the hole for it.
And they will take
They
you to
will
the
take
hole
you to
for
the
it.
hole. They'll
I
slam you
don't
for it.
watch the niggas take you to the hole for it, straight up. You know what I mean? That's when you're gonna go. You're in front of this picture right here, and you want to hug up with your girl, and y'all get too close because you know they see you with your arm behind her and all. Oh no! What he doing over there? Get him! Lock him up! You hear me? Bastards! Them motherfuckers ain't shit, man. You know what I mean? Did you ever have some run-ins with some COs when you was in there? Because I know sometimes they try to test us.
They test us all the time.
Man.
All the time. I used to always be going back and forth. Man, you can't tell me nothing about my girl. I ain't doing nothing out of line. I ain't pulling my meat out. I ain't touching. I'm just rubbing her head a little bit.
Oh, niggas do that too. Yeah,
Yeah, they get man.
bogus.
yeah they do that, man. I'm telling you, man. It goes down in the visiting room sometimes, you know what I mean? But everybody's not on that.
Yeah,
Everybody's not on
Wanna
that.
see they family,
yeah,
man.
motherfuckers want to see their loved ones, man. Tired of looking at these motherfuckers. Being around all these motherfuckers I ain't never gonna see again. You know what I mean? Shit, I love when my peoples come and see me. It makes things beautiful, man. You know what I mean? Straight up. Now, did you ever feel that you could catch some more time while you was in there?
Absolutely.
You did?
Damn near every day. Them COs will push buttons, man. You see it in your mind. I'm about to knock this nigga out. I'm about to smack this bitch. You know, shut the fuck up.
And what's the consequences for fucking up a CO?
Oh, you getting time. You getting time. You going to the hole, you getting time.
They got an automatic time.
Automatic time. You go do your time,
Yeah.
then you go start their time.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Now, that's how they do that. When you fuck up a CO and you in the joint, your shit gets ran consecutive.
So when you think you going
You
home,
think you going home? Nuh-uh. You about to do our time now. You knock this
and
CO
they
out.
know that. That's where the mental part come in.
Yeah.
They probably got a special dude meant to get his head smashed in. They probably give him $1,000 to give how many people he can get.
No
Come
matter
here, I'm
where
saying,
you
for real.
go, it's always that
fucking
one or
game
two
to them,
CEOs that you be like, man,
Yeah, that's them.
I'm gonna fuck this nigga up.
You know what? I can't even fake with it. This motherfucking dude at motherfucking Cameron had me so hot one morning. I felt like I was in the 70s and they was sicking the dogs on me and hitting me with the water hose and shit to where I know if I go into snap out Credible Hope mode or whatever shit, it's not gonna be good. They're gonna fuck me up.
Right.
They gonna mace me good, put me in a hole, and ain't no telling where, how long it's gonna take me to get to the hole, because they gonna try to get theirs off too. That's what they do. But I was so mad, I had tears in my eyes, because I know this bitch would never see me on the streets and say none of the shit that he's saying to me. I was so mad, nigga. I said, damn, is this what it feel like?
Right.
Boy, I'm telling you. So, you know, living on the plantation and shit, I would have had to roll out with old Nat Turner, man. Straight up. I couldn't,
Most
man, just
definitely.
do that, man. Straight up. He would have had a soldier in me, shit. Yeah, that's what it is, man. Now, since you came home, though, like, see, this is one of the things niggas don't understand, too. When you go to the joint and you serve your time and you doing years and stuff, time out here on the streets is still going. So with that being said, you lose family members.
Right.
You lose family members. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It might be somebody close to you, might be somebody a little bit distant. But you lose family members, man. Some people die, some people just don't fuck with you no more. Some people just ain't got nothing to say to you at this point. You know what I mean? It alienates family members, and also you lose some to the grave.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I mean? So you lost some people when you was gone?
Yeah, most that 6 months till walking out that door, I lost my mama. Crushing. That's the worst pain ever. In jail, you can't see your mama getting buried. You can't see her. You can't kiss her for the last time. Nothing. 6 months till me coming home, she passed away. I said, damn, crushed me, man. Crushed me. And in jail, you gotta still remain. You gotta hold strong, because if you flip out, you liable to catch some more time. And I was crushed. Man.
Gotta hold strong.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes though they will do this, because they'll give you some time to be by yourself down in the hole if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? When you lose family members and stuff. But see, I was wondering, like, because I remember my grandma died, and they was like, man, I'm telling you, you can go to the funeral. You can go to the funeral. They ain't let me go to no motherfucking funeral. They ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
They stopped out. I think back in the day they used to do that. They stopped all that.
Wow. Yeah, too many people was trying to break up out that motherfucker. That's what that was.
Don't take much. Want to fuck it up for everybody.
Yeah, that's how it go. That's how it always go. I promise you, on everything in life, man. One person can fuck up
the
a
whole thing.
existence of something because they wasn't taught properly and they didn't act properly. You know what I mean? So you niggas better get y'all shit together, man. Cause you know what I mean? We trying to rep this shit right here, man, in a whole nother mentality, baby. So if you ain't jumping on the train, man, or this motherfucking get ghost, get with it, get gone, you gonna get left behind. And if you get left behind to the wolves, sharks, and the motherfucking the mother people,
you know what I'm talking about.
nigga, your ass is gonna be sitting in here waiting on your people to give you some motherfucking money for some zuzus and wham whams.
It's easy to get in there.
It's easy to get in
Easy
there.
Hard
to
as
get in,
hell to
hard
get
to get out.
Man.
Hard to get out.
Now I gotta ask you this though, cause I thought it was just me, but I'm starting to find that it was more people like that. Did you ever used to have dreams where you was out
And you wake
and
up
you
and
wake
still
up and you still in that motherfucker?
It's nightmares.
Man.
Nightmares,
nightmares.
man.
Crush
man.
you. Waking up,
Crush
you
you.
instantly got an attitude. Motherfucker, what's wrong with you?
Oh man.
Hey, had that dumbass dream.
Man. I was like, man, I made it this time. I was out. I was doing everything I was supposed to do, and I wake up right back into this motherfucker.
Right back
I say,
in.
oh, man, this shit is not real.
Right.
I ain't never going to get out this motherfucker, man. Straight up.
Man.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. You got anything else you want to add to the people, man? Give them something to think about.
Nah, just don't be stupid, man.
Don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid, man.
Right.
If you go do something, do it right. Think about it.
That's right.
Think about it.
Think about it. That's the key phrase, man. I want y'all to do that all week, man. Think about it.
Think about
You know what I mean?
Take a second.
When the times is getting tough and that rent is due, think about your next move before you make your next move. When the motherfucking police is just behind you, and you know you ain't did nothing, it's just a minor traffic ticket. Think about your next move. You know what I mean?
Life's a
Just
chess
think
game,
about it,
bro.
right?
Life's a chess
And all
game.
you young dudes out there, tough.
Yeah.
When that time coming, you facing them people. Don't start telling. Don't
Ooh.
start telling. Stay solid.
Ooh.
Stay
Just
solid. You
think
was tough
about it.
out there.
Just
You
think
gotta be
about
tough
it.
in front of that judge though.
That's
That
what it
prosecutor.
is. Straight up. I'm telling you. Because they not playing.
Not playing with you. They not playing with you.
Yeah.
They will play with you when they get you in there, though.
Right,
They
yeah.
will
They
definitely
definitely
do
will
that.
play with you.
Definitely do that. You know what I mean? That's our time for the day. You feel me? I want to thank our guest Stink for popping
Most
up,
definitely,
man,
most
and
definitely.
giving some insight on what he went through with his ordeal. You know, thanks to Cal back there for running the ones and twos,
Shit,
keeping
engineer.
everything
'Cause
going, man.
it's brave for you to come on and tell your story like
Most
that.
Man, it is,
So,
man.
yeah.
Everybody don't want to do that. You know what I mean? But you know, we just trying to make sure that y'all understand what it is that y'all don't understand, so you don't plan to fail or fail by not planning.
Right.
You hear me? Okay, it's real, man. We out of here, man. I'm
Go
Ray,
with
man.
it, I'm Big Low.
We
Peace.
out of here. Opinion hater, baby.
Centric, 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 centric.